Hello, yeah, good afternoon. I'm pleased and excited to have you in yet another session of my YouTube videos. Yes, you're welcome. You're powerfully welcome. So today, well, if you are returning, your returning subscriber, I will say a powerful welcome to you. But if you are brand new on this place, I would ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and please put on your notification bell so that subsequently when I release any other video, you will be notified. Yes, you are going to have a fun time in this place. So in this edition of my YouTube video, I just want to enlighten you about something I learned recently. Yes, you know those 5 love languages that we read when we were courting or when we were singles, and then when we married, we thought about we were reading the book again, and some of us begged our spouses to read the books, and they were like, "What? Give me like marker. And when I read it, I'll read it when I want to read it." You know, some people read it, some people did not read it. You know, you cannot enforce somebody to read something, but you can do your best to enlighten other people about what you have read. Okay, recently I discovered that there is the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman and Campbell. Yes, there is one that is written for children, as in, isn't it beautiful? As in, written for children. It's just marvelous. Written for children, and it is the same idea that it follows. The same idea. I don't know if you have read it before, but I can just briefly in this video share with you the ideas. Then in later videos, I may now go in depth on those 5 love languages. You know, we have the physical touch, we have acts of service, we have quality time, we have words of affirmation, then gifts, giving of gifts. So different people have different love languages. There are some people that if you give them gifts, you're already feeling their love tank. They're already feeling cool, they're already loving you, they're already feeling comfortable with you and appreciating you. There are some people that's physical touch, that is their love language. They want you to hug them, they want you to kiss them, they want you to, you know, do everything physical, wrestle with them, play with them, carry them on their back. You know, I'm already talking about the childhood, the one for children. So when I discovered this, I was like, children, really? So it's not, we don't only have to know the love languages for our spouses. We also need to know the love languages of our children. And another thing I discovered is that each children has their own different love languages. So you need to know and study your children deeply enough to know their love languages. And irrespective of knowing their love languages, you also have to show them. You have to express to them the other love languages that are not their major love language. Like for instance, if my daughter Orogolua, if our love language is, like I am already seeing that it's very possible that her love language is physical touch, because she likes hugs, she likes kisses a lot. But the writer, that's Gary Chapman, PhD, that's doctor, and Campbell, they said that we are very likely not to know the love language of a child below 5. And my child is not yet 5. Very soon she'll be 5. But right now, she's already heading on to 5, and I'm already seeing the signs. But it's possible that it will change, since the writers of the book has already given us an heads up that we should not beat ourselves up, but show all the different love languages to them. Give them quality time, spend time with them, which is very hard for parents to do nowadays, especially a parent like me. I'm always thinking about money. It is well. You know, we have to be able to stop in our tracks and ask ourselves, what is most important? What are the things that have to really place on a very, very high value and attend to every blessed day of my life? We need to really stop in our tracks and do that. You know, some children love quality time. They want to stay with them, sing with them, read a book to them, go out with them and spend like 30 minutes, 1 hour with them, talking with them, asking them questions about how their day went and all of that. Some children likes words of affirmations telling them I love you, I love you, I care for you. My daughter also likes words of affirmation. In fact, she can ask you 100 times in a day, mommy, you love me? Mommy, I love you. She'll come and hug me. I love you, mommy. If I don't give her a reply, it will turn to fight. Mommy, don't say you love me back. I'll say, okay, my daughter, I love you. So I mustn't forget whether I like it or yes. I read about some parents there that didn't know their children's love languages or that anything like that existed until their children became teenagers. So if you are listening to me this afternoon, you are actually opportuned to know these things. If you're still young and your children have not come, or if your children are still below age 3 or below age 5, you still have plenty of time to actually put a lot of things in place. You and your spouse together, you have to sit together and put these things in place. And what enabled me to know about this book or to come in contact with this book, I joined the inner circle of very intentional parenting by Wendy Ologe, and it's been a very, very yes, it's not been easy, but at least I've been reading the books, and the books have been life-changing. Seriously, they've been enlightening, educative, and there are so many things that we brought from our families, from our background, that we feel that the way my mom brought me up is the same way I will bring up my children. Babu, it's not always like that. It shouldn't always be like that, especially if your parents didn't do the best. We have that common saying that we turned out right. Who told you that you turned out right? Who told you that you did not come with a lot of baggage? Even me, that I'm looking at myself that I turned out right. When I was reading those books, like, there was a time, I don't know, maybe it's the reading club. Okay, I think it's the reading club I joined that we're reading Confident Parenting. I read Connect to Correct by Wendy Ologe. That was in February or in March. Yes, it was in March. When I read that Connect to Correct, I had to always be stopping in my tracks to intentionally say what I need to say. That okay, I need to connect to correct. Sherry. In fact, I will put my hand on my cheek and say, I don't buy job. Who send me make I go born children now? It is well. So when I now think, later I'll say, gbagbe job, we do it. Everything that needs to be done, we'll do it. But I will still be able to, I'll still thank God that, I'll still thank God that I got to know about this early enough before my kids became grown-ups. So all I just need to do is implementation, making sure that my husband also collaborates with me and we work together, because it's not going to be so easy for one parent to be learning these things and the other parent not to know these things. It's very important that the two people collaborate together, put many things in place to ensure that these things are actualized in their home, so that we have better children growing up. We raise better and more sound children, more emotionally intelligent children, more socially intelligent children. Most of the focus that we have nowadays in the world, we are focusing only on academic performance of these children, but there is a lot. What is that thing that you're going to put in your child that will not let that child just decide that I want to commit suicide? Have you put enough of the power of God into that child? What have you instilled in that child? Have you led that child to Christ before? Have you showed the child how to pray every day, how to read the Bible? A child that's from age 6, 7, 8 should already know how to, and the importance, not just the how to, the importance of praying, and the fact that there is a God up there that hears and listens to prayers and answers these prayers. You understand? So let me go back to my, there are some children that like acts of service. Though I don't think these children are so many. They like acts of service. They need you to do things for them. They want you to wear their socks for them. They want you to cook their food and serve them, and do acts that are very grand for them, like, okay, do this for me, help me to pack my lunch box. Even if you do it the last thing before that child leaves for school, and you do it the first thing when that child comes back from school, it's enough to put enough ideas in that child that you love him or her. You understand? So our responsibility as parents is to take our time to study which one is the major, because every child has a major love language. Every other of the four of them, we are supposed to also use them. We are supposed to also show them. We cannot say, okay, my child's love language is word of affirmation. Okay, all I'll be doing is to be saying I love you, I'll be giving encouragement. I'm going to go deep into these things, but it's not going to be so easy, because giving a review of a book is not so straightforward like that now. But I'm going to do my best to do that, because most of us, if you tell us read this book, they will not agree to read. They'll say, it's not in my blood, I don't like reading, I'm not a hard student, I'm a science. Come and hear me, sef I be science student, but I don't read literature pass literature students. If you want to get more knowledgeable, if you want to, there's this thing we call personal development. You cannot avoid reading. If you have to develop yourself, you cannot avoid reading. So you have to intentionally make it an habit. Even if you have to be reading only 5 pages in a day. I have a video about reading I released some weeks back. I think you should actually refer to that video. So this is going to just be a summary video, and I'm enjoying us to share this video with our friends, because it's actually a fantastic one. Have a beautiful day, and look forward to the more focused versions of this video. Thank you.